My name's Carrie Stanton. I work for Mclain Ward. Mclain Ward has been to the Olympics twice, two-time Olympic gold medalist. He was second to the World Cup Finals 2009, competes in it every year with at least one horse. He was silver medalist at the World Equestrian Games 2006. He has a lot of young horses that he travels with and jumps. He produces 5- and 6-year-olds and many Grand Prix wins, over 100 Grand Prix wins. We were introduced to the Right Spot infrared wraps in Washington International Show, which is, it's quite a big show for us. There's a lot of money in the show and we take our best horses there. But unfortunately, being an indoor show, there isn't much room for the horses to be able to exercise as much as we'd like them to. And this time of year, it is a little colder and everything. So when we were shown these wraps, it sounded like the perfect solution to use. Goldika is one of our top Grand Prix horses. She's won many Grand Prix in time, but she is 17 now, and so she does need a little bit more work and loosening up. And again, with the conditions at the show, there isn't much room to be able to ride and loosen up as we'd like to. So the wraps are very convenient because she could stand in the stall with the infrared wrap on with a regular bandage, and they would sit very well on her. She's very comfortable in there, but it meant that when she was pulled out for the class, the leg had already warmed up, and more so than just the leg, like stifles, hocks, even shoulders. She seemed a lot more looser for such a simple, when she stood in the stall, it was doing an amazing job. And then also we have another horse that, when looked at by the chiropractor, would always come as a problem with the back, maybe the way it jumped or Mclain's saddle. So we would use the two wraps together, Velcro them together, and we could put it over where the saddle is or a little further back, and it just warmed them up nicely, in which we might have had time to ride for an extra 40 minutes. The wrap instead would have warmed them up nicely to add to that and help. The Grand Prix horses that do the bigger classes, or a horse that shows a little more, like a few classes a week, we do use other machines. We use magnetic, we use lasers, but a lot of the machines are great, but they have wires off them and the horse might be a little bit more uncomfortable and they need to be on cross ties. But we found with the infrared, I could use all those machines, and then right up until leaving to the ring, I could leave the infrared pads on her legs with the wraps. She could stand in them, or I could put the pad comfortably under the blanket, and the horse is very comfortable to use that. And like, if we have a few horses showing and Mclain can only get on a short while before the horse has to jump, we could keep this on to last minute and the horse keeps warm, or between rounds, instead of hooking it up to all the other machines which do a great job, which take an hour out, which we're very impressed with. But yours we could just put on between the rounds and she could sat happily and keep warm. The simple, keep them warm over their necks if it's a horse that generally is stiff in its neck, or like I say, on their backs, definitely for the jumpers. I think it's great to just put over their backs while they're standing and waiting for their next round. So just from putting the infrared wraps on their lower legs, I felt they were looser through the shoulders and the hind legs. I mean, right up to the stifle, the horse just walks out a lot looser. The Right Spot infrared wraps are very easy to use. To bandage on their legs, you just put a light no-bow wrap on. You put the Right Spot infrared wrap over the top with its own Velcro, which holds very well, and then you can just put the regular bandage over the top, so it will not move. The horses seem very comfortable with them on. And then also with the different Velcro straps on the infrared wraps, you can patch them together to put two, and you can put them happily over the horse's back, and then you can put their regular stable blanket over or a rug over, just to weigh it down a little bit. Again, they're very happy in them, so they don't really move, and keep an eye on them. But the horses are very quiet with them on because it's a nice warming, relaxing effect. So I haven't seen a horse that's tried to kick them off, or they all seem very happy with them on. And the horse just relaxes head down, and it seems to even close their eyes. It's just a very nice, yeah, very comfortable then, so it stays well. But the great thing about the Right Spot infrared wraps is the fact that it's very safe, it's very protected, the wires are protected. You can put it on the horse's leg and leave them happily in their stall, not tied up. They can go about eating their hay, just being relaxed. And also means as a groom with a few horses at the show, I'm able to go and do other jobs and not have to worry about the horse. Is it going to be safe and comfortable? And it's very convenient because I can just put it on between rounds, and also taken to show as equipment. It becomes very small. You roll the wraps up, you put them in a bag, and you don't have to carry around heavy machines. That's the way it is, and it does its job.